Eva Green wins court battle against Hollywood producers. Bond actress is entitled to £810,000 fee over collapsed sci-fi film, but is branded a frustrating witness by judge after she blamed her SHY language on her Frenchness. Eva Green has won a multi-million-pound high court battle, after she was blamed of sabotaging a sci-fi film where she allegedly called crew members SY peasants and dubbed the producer pure vomit. The former Bond girl, who starred in Casino Royale in 2006, was set to play the leading role in dystopian thriller A Patriot, but the production collapsed in 2019. The 42-year-old actress sued the filmmakers of the £4.6 million movie, claiming she was entitled to her $1 million, £810,000, fee under the terms of her contract agreement. But White Lantern Film and lender SMC Specialty Finance brought a counterclaim against Ms. Green, alleging she had undermined the production and relinquished her contract. This morning the judge ruled the actress was entitled to the lump sum, however, branded the French actress a frustrating and unsatisfactory witness. Throughout the trial, Ms. Green had sought to blame her use of expletives and brash treatment of staff on her Frenchness, coming out claiming it made her say things in a very direct way. Mr. Justice Michael Green, however, slammed the actress using her nationality as a defense for her poor language, which included calling executive producer Jake Seal a devious sociopath, saying it was not credible or adequate. The judge did, however, take into account the actress' evident emotional and forthright personality in explaining her more extreme comments, in private messages about the producer, whom she clearly detested even though she only met him once, the judge said. He added, she was speaking her mind in the private messages, using hyperbolic language not in her native tongue, but that does not mean that it was not an exaggeration of the truth. In a statement issued after the ruling, Ms. Green said her professional reputation had been upheld. Thanking her legal team and the judge, she said she had been forced to stand up to a small group of men, funded by deep financial resources, who tried to use me as a scapegoat to cover up their own mistakes. I am proud that I stood up against their bully boy tactics, she added. Mr. Justice Michael Green announced the actress' victory this morning at the High Court of Justice in London, ruling she was entitled to the fee, dismissing the counterclaim. The judge said, in particular, I find that Ms. Green did not renounce her obligations under the artist agreement, nor did she commit any repudiatory breaches of it. The bitter legal battle saw both sides throwing around a number of claims during a high-profile trial in London earlier this year. The 007 star's representation, Edward Cullen KC, told the court that the actress had been subjected to a character assassination, adding that it was based on some of the cheapest and nastiest sorts of stereotypes around. The court heard the actress had described crew members as SY peasants and labeled the production as a BSY movie. The trial was also told that the actress branded the executive producer Mr. Seal as pure vomit, evil and a devious sociopath. She called production manager Terry Bird a F moron and described Mr. Seal and Mr. Bird as total a-holes. Mr. Seal, who owns Black Hanger Studios in Hampshire, told the court in a witness statement he had no idea the actress had all this vitriol towards him. His barrister, reading the statement on the producer's behalf, said, I only met Ms. Green face-to-face on one occasion at a meeting attended by her, the former directors and Mr. Harry Boyd. Other than that meeting, I only ever communicated with her via email. During 2 days of cross-examination, Ms. Green told the judge that she had a very direct way of saying things and blamed her Frenchness coming out. She said at the time, sometimes I say emotional things I don't really mean. Of course, they are not weak and stupid. It was my emotions speaking, she added. The French actress also said she was not called to the studio for rehearsals or stunt training, describing it as so strange and later absurd with a capital A. She said, if I had been called to set, I would have done this film even though it would have been a disaster. In the 20 years that I have been making films, I have never broken a contract or even missed one day of shooting, the actress added. Ms. denied any responsibility for the botched film, telling the court, I didn't have to do anything to make the film fail. They made it fail on their own with their incompetence. Max Malin KC, representing White Lantern, said Ms. Green had shown a categorical and unequivocal refusal to perform. But Mr. Justice Michael Green said today, "I do not believe that any of the defendant's witnesses truly considered that Ms. Green had withdrawn her services from the film and renounced the artist agreement." The judge said the allegation Ms. Green renounced her obligations under the agreement has the feel of being constructed after the event in order to be able to mount some sort of defense to the claim brought by Ms. Green, adding it was based on false evidence from witnesses. He added, "There is no doubt that Ms. Green did not make any conclusive decision or statement that she would not comply with her obligations under the artist agreement. Nor could anyone have reasonably understood her to have made such a decision." During the trial, the production company also claimed that she made excessive creative and financial demands and had expectations that were incompatible with the film's low budget. Mr. Malin said it was not up to Ms. Green whether or not she was called to set, adding, "What is within her control is whether she responds to that call or not, and, in my submission, she is making quite clear that she was not." He added that she was so concerned about what would happen if she were expressly called upon to perform that she had suggested her agent invent a story about Ms. Green being hospitalized. Throughout the 71-page judgment in Eva Green's favor, Mr. Justice Michael Green said there was overinterpretation of private messages throughout the case. He said, "There was, indeed, much reference to Ms. Green's private messages and both sides were accusing each other of pretending to be in a position to make the film at the end of September 2019. The reality is, however, that neither side was prepared to make the film that the other wanted to make." Ms. Green made it clear that she did not want to make the film under Mr. Seale's full control, and the defendants were only interested in recovering SMC's loan. Mr. Justice Green added, "The case is relatively straightforward, it seems to me, both factually and legally. There was little dispute on the law, but it has been complicated by convoluted and over-technical theories as to what happened and the purportedly malign strategies being adopted by the other side at the time. In my view, there has also been an over-interpretation of the recordings, transcripts and private messages."